Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody here wants to reach out. You probably know who it is. But it's also an energy if someone isn't reciprocating, you could get another offer opportunity. But I feel it's somebody reaching out. Someone here, generous with their emotions, feelings. Yeah, you likely know who it is. It's saying to trust your intuition. Yeah, look at that. And there we have, what is this card? Ooh, the Empress. Don't use this deck a lot. I kind of forget the images on this one. Yeah, it looks like some of you have got the start of something new coming in here. It could be a new person. It's possible too you're trusting your own intuition to no longer give to someone who's not reciprocating. So just take that how it resonates. Someone here has been keeping it all in, though, like keeping it all in, feelings, emotions, so that cup runneth over. So I feel it's an energy of a lot of you. You've got this new energy. Some of you are newly single too, yeah, because you're no longer giving to someone because they're not reciprocating. So it could be just no longer talking. Interesting. And then we have the High Priest, which is Hierophant energy. Yeah, so I feel like, it is the start of something new. I do see you're about to receive. Some of you are about to receive, and I know this won't play out this way for everyone. So I feel for those of you where you really feel like there's probably nobody around at this point. Okay, so, and not that you always know because it could happen suddenly, but it's an energy of knowing, trusting your intuition when it's time to no longer give to someone who doesn't reciprocate. Okay, and that could be a message for some of you. Yeah, about not giving so much. No longer talking to someone, because I do see a possible newly single person. And that could be a newly single person coming towards you. But the sun is shining. I mean, everything's going to be exposed. I see a lot of clarity. And I do see it, the High Priestess tells me with the sun, this has to do with something really positive about their lifestyle, their habits, the way they conduct themselves. Maybe things that, you're on the same page with. And it does show, too, if you are not on the same page with someone, their lifestyle, the way they live their life, whatever it is that's the most important to you, to probably stop giving. Okay. Sometimes, too, it's an energy of giving too much, because that's often what people do. They give too much and never receive. But I'm going to tell you, because this Empress is here, some of you are about to receive. Really interesting. Beautiful sun shining. Now we have the single person here, someone enjoying the fruits of their labor, just someone who's newly single. It's often a person here, and because of this, the Hierophant, the Taurus energy, I feel a lot of earthy energy, being really earthy. Someone here who just has that energy, and it could be an energy of someone who dresses that way, or they just live their life that way. Yeah, it's how someone conducts themselves. But I do see happiness. Somebody here high vibrational. So, and possibly somebody quite outdoorsy too. Yeah, it's an energy of new. Tell me about this High Priestess energy. It's energy of someone here just being patient, taking a step back, seeing things differently. If you aren't on the same page with someone, or you feel they're not your type, they're not giving enough, or you're not getting what you need, it's basically saying your intuition's probably telling you to stop giving. But I feel some of you got someone coming in, trying someone who's a little different than their usual type. I do see somebody planning, preparing. See, it's about being prepared. Often with the Empress, this is someone who's generally already prepared, but a lot of times this isn't a person, it's just an energy. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Tell me about this Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, what it is that you need to know. Yeah, someone here, somebody giving generously. Ooh, coming in right. Yeah, it's an energy of someone communicating. I see manifesting. This is someone who has everything they need. Someone who's been preparing, making sure they have everything they need. They know what they need to know, and they're coming in right. So this is an energy of someone who's actually quite generous, someone who's different than your usual type. So chances are you've got some of you who are newly single, and you're no longer talking. It's because of the opposite. Someone who, and it is an energy of, someone who just doesn't give much. Yeah, because it's equal give and take. Sometimes people are takers, sometimes people are givers. So it's all about the balance between the two. Ace of Cups. What is this? Offer, opportunity. Yeah, so someone here who longs for love. It could be a crush, but some of you, it could be somebody who you already know. It's possible. You may already know this person that you're seeking. So interesting. It looks like communication, beautiful Mercury energy, longing for love. Now, sometimes it's a gift, someone who loves to give gifts. This could be a person who likes to show. There it is. Yeah, it's funny that came out here, and I've been sitting here holding it, as I do a lot of times. I try to work with one card at a time and then bring them together. Yeah, someone who shows you they like you by giving you a gift. Doing things, someone who's maybe a little different than your usual type, or they see that way about yourself, but it is someone who's definitely been analyzing a situation. Somebody here with a lot of self-discipline, a lot of structure. So I feel like you got a person who's thinking about all these things, making sure they have the tools, the information, they know everything they need to know, I feel, before they reach out, because it's an energy, it's a little bit of a test too. Somebody kind of been testing the waters, but it's someone who's also preparing. There's someone who's been kind of preparing here. They're in their head a lot. Tell me about this King of Swords. Yeah, this is a very typical energy of someone who loves to gives gifts, likes to show people they like them by giving them a little gift or doing something nice. So this is how something's going to start. Interesting. Yeah, it's saying this is someone who trusts their inner knowing. It's like they just know, but you probably, some of you definitely could know who this is. Interesting. But it's an energy of both people being wise. I mean, definitely a little spiritual energy here. Tell me about the Empress energy. I see this energy of things moving quick. I see momentum. Definitely. Wow, this is so nice. Fast moving. But there's definitely movement, momentum, communication, being open to communicate. But this is someone who's also looking at how someone conducts themselves, the way they live their day-to-day lives, what this person's seeing. They're seeing things clearly. But it's someone who's been keeping this all in, kind of keeping their thoughts to themselves, keeping their feelings to themselves, until they feel confident here. Because the King of Swords is someone who makes decisions when they feel confident, often a very logical person. Now, it's very possible this person may have at some point come in, maybe acted a little cold. They kept it all to themselves because they weren't prepared. They weren't quite ready. So it's often a person who kind of just keeps everything in their head, their private thoughts, their feelings. Wow. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles energy. This could be someone who's newly single. You might know who they are. Yeah, someone possibly in your social circle. A friend of a friend, that kind of energy. Yeah, if you have new friends, or it could be someone new in your social circle, but I do see this as somebody kind of a down-to-earth kind of person, or this is how they may see you. Because we know the Nine of Pentacles is based on earth. It is often about money, a single person, but it's a very grounded, practical, sensible kind of person. Often very connected to earth, you know, somebody who's, I mean, definitely with the Empress, somebody who's very balanced. Yeah, really nice energy. But this is what someone sees here. Yeah, it does look like they're in your social circle. They could be someone new in that social circle. Look at that, new. So there's energy of something to do with timing, windfall, abundance, and luck. Some kind of luck and good timing. Ooh, this is a whole new cycle, whole new chapter here. But this is my timing card. So it's an energy of someone who's been just kind of holding back, keeping their thoughts, feelings to themselves. I mean, it could be just somebody who's kind of got a crush. So they're just kind of making sure, you know. Because the magician is someone who has the tools. See, manifesting all the elements, making sure they have what they need. They know everything they need to know. So it could be someone who's been talking to people. Tell me about the Three of Cups. But there, I mean, to me, this is incoming. Some kind of good news. It's positive. But it's also sometimes a person who can get a little overwhelmed. Okay, often it can be a little overwhelming, but I definitely feel it says mostly a very positive energy. Things this person's hearing. Yeah, see, that's an energy of someone who's, as I say, someone who's connected to Earth. Okay, it doesn't mean you're an Earth sign watching this, but it's somebody who's earthy, down to earth. Someone who makes someone feel really comfortable. They're really good at making people feel comfortable. And a person who's stable, they keep their life in balance. A person who's newly single. So, I mean, it could be an energy too of a mutual friend, someone you both know, because this is often that energy. But like I say, friends. This could be somebody hosting something. It could be someone reaching out, wanting to know your schedule, routine, what you're up to, because it has to do with this person possibly. So I see this playing out a couple different ways, but it's definitely an energy of someone very earthy, very grounded, very much, you know, and maybe even very outdoorsy, but definitely someone who focuses on their finances. It's often a person who has a comfortable home, someone who likes nice things around them. They like to keep everything nice. Often someone who's organized. Yeah, it's definitely an energy of confidence here and strength, self-control. Somebody who has a lot of self-control and inner strength. But you can see this person, looking, making sure they're confident with what they know. Wow. It's also an energy of someone who can be kind and compassionate and quite generous. See, often it's a person who can be generous, very gracious person. Someone who's private too. See, I can see this person thinking, someone who's kind of private. They kind of stick to themselves a little bit, and they maybe even keep their circles small. Yeah, you're likely in this same circle or know people who know people here. Let's have a look at the wheel. Yeah, look at this happiness and joy. I love the sun shining. It could be some kind of people getting together. Sometimes the Ten of Cups, it is someone who looks at the bigger picture, sees the bigger picture. Of course, where they want to be. But it's also, you know, someone looking, figuring out what makes them happy. Can they make someone else happy? What do they want? It's all these things. But I'm also seeing an energy of possibly planning some kind of large gathering. Now, maybe you met this person. Maybe it was New Year's or something, a new cycle. I see that. But it could be someone celebrating something. It could be an anniversary. Anything like that. Marriage, a commitment. It could be some sort of invitation. So there could be something going on with a friend of a friend in this circle. Interesting. Let's have a look at the High Priest. Why is this here? Yeah, it's an energy of someone determined to have a victory here. Yeah. See, someone planning, preparing. It's about providing. It's about when someone providing something. It's definitely an energy of, I mean, I do see this energy of pride, the way someone conducts themselves. Yeah, this is someone who sees this, someone who takes pride in their house, their home, and their appearance. So I feel this is something that's important to someone. Now you can flip this energy to yourself. So I feel what this is saying, looking at the things that make you happy, what it is you want, and also what you need. Okay, so what's most important? So the way someone, you know, clear, the way they communicate is very important. I feel like there's a checklist here. I feel like there's a checklist. I do. I just get this vibe because I'm seeing all this energy of, you know, it's an energy of someone who has a comfortable home. They keep their life in balance, their money, their home. Someone who dresses nice, maybe even a little conservative because of the earthy energy. But it's also someone looking at what someone can provide too, whether they can provide or give someone what they need, because it's all about that. So that's why I feel it's not just what makes you happy, it's what you need, and finding the balance. Empress is here. It's all about balance and everything. So I feel like we got somebody who's doing some serious thinking here, and they are keeping it to themselves, their private thoughts, but it's also an energy of maybe respecting someone's privacy, because there could be people around where somebody wants to reach out and talk, but they're really thinking this through. I mean, I can see this person really in their head. They're very analytical. Yeah. But I feel a lot has to do with how someone communicates, if it's reliable, because it has to do with two people who are very much the same, maybe a little different. Maybe you're different than their usual type. So it's an energy of kind of, this is somebody generally, it could be someone who's kind of progressive, or they keep an open mind. So this is where I feel it's telling you to look at who this person is, what you need, what makes you happy. So interesting. I really like this reading. I feel like it has that checklist, or somebody has a checklist, the thoughts in their mind, their private thoughts. Somebody who wants children, a family, maybe a big family. Do you have the same lifestyles, habits, political beliefs, religious beliefs? Are you in alignment? So I find this interesting. I feel like it's this person. Something is really important to this person. I do see privacy, I do. And it's also an energy of when I see that, when it comes to two people, what two people do together is something to do with privacy there. Keeping things between yourselves. Because it has to do with having a successful relationship. See, it's an energy of two people who have faith in each other. They think things through, they talk things out, they keep what goes on between you stays between you. I see that. I'm looking for other things because I really feel like there's this checklist. It's interesting. This could be it. Check, check, check. The Empress. But I really feel this is the start of something new. And I do see someone looking at this feeling really confident about this person. Someone who's sensible, practical, gracious. Someone who's private too. They don't give too much or share too much about their money, their finances, their lifestyle too much at first until they, get to know someone. But I do see, that sun is here. So that's telling me someone's seeing things very clearly, and what they're seeing makes them really happy. And I do see this new cycle, something to do with timing. See, someone's preparing. They want to do things at the right time. And I also feel, like I say, there could be someone planning some kind of get-together here. So it's like this person's kind of preparing. And it does look like, offering up that cup. Tell me about the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is somebody here, somebody who takes pride. See, it's an energy of, again, it's like it's flipping over here. Someone who takes pride in all the things they do. This is somebody who has a bit of an ego, very masculine energy. But it's also somebody who takes pride in their appearance, their home, their lifestyle, very strict structure, self-discipline. But it's also an energy of being able to provide. It's an energy of two people looking what each other can provide. Now, King of Wands can be a provider. And I think this person's looking at that. But I actually feel this is someone looking at what they can provide, because I feel they have everything they need but love. So I feel this is someone who and it could be children, wanting a family, a large family, whatever it may be. But it's about whether you're on the same page. So I feel this person really wants to, they're looking at this victory. They're wanting this to be a victory. But I feel like this is someone, and I do feel they take pride in things, but that what they're seeing is someone who takes pride in their appearance, their house and home, or the things that they want to know. I feel, I'm going to be honest, I feel this is someone who has a checklist. I really do. It's all these things here. Tell me about this King of Wands. What else do we need to know, other than they take pride in the things they do? Yeah, they have good morals, pride in their good morals, maybe even their own appearance. Things like that. But I feel like they're looking at this other person, but it's about whether someone can provide for this other person. See, they're looking to see if they can provide to make someone happy. So I like that, because this is someone who knows. Being able to give someone the attention they need, provide for them. You see, it has to do with having faith, or even some sort of a commitment, or some kind of an agreement here too, making sure that you're in agreement. Tell me about this King of Wands. Yeah, it's about being generous. Yeah, see, being able to provide. This is what they're looking at. Can they provide? I feel they can. This is someone who I feel feels that they need to provide, but they're looking at what you can give each other. This person sees a feminine as someone who, like I say, makes a comfortable home, or just someone who's easy to be around too. Like I say, someone who's very grounded. They keep things in balance. This is someone who has, a very calm inner strength and confidence, but a lot of kindness and compassion. So interesting. Look at this person. This person's manifesting all the kings, and the reason they're doing this is because they have a checklist. I think you're checking all the boxes here, whoever you are. Yeah, King and Queen of Pentacles, what two people can provide. See? This is someone in their feels. They want to offer that cup. They're definitely going deep within their feelings, figuring out what makes themselves happy too. Because what you can provide for them. So it goes both ways. Very logical, practical, sensible. This is someone kind of looking ahead. See, they see the bigger picture. They're definitely in their feels. They want to reach out. They're hoping the other person feels the same, that you're on the same page. But a lot of it's, like I say, lifestyle. Whether you're in alignment with these things, your values, morals, religious, spiritual beliefs. I feel like you're very much the same. They're looking at this. You're different, but yet you're very much the same. There's differences. But you're both, I feel it like that spirituality, being in alignment, trusting your intuition here. I wouldn't be surprised if you're getting downloads about this person if you're already around them and something started. But I really feel this is a masculine energy, how they're looking at the feminine. See a partner, someone who sees a partner, King and Queen of Pentacles. The couple that work together, play together, do things together. See, privacy, you keep it to yourselves. What you do together is between the two of you. See, honorable, someone who's got honorable intentions too. So really nice. Yeah, the checklist for the feminine too here. Someone who's emotionally open, mature. Someone who gives someone the attention that they need. Giving and receiving. Again, a masculine, very masculine energy, but also a grounded energy with the King of Pentacles. It's about being generous. Someone's looking ahead, planning, preparing here. See, someone who always looks ahead, plans ahead financially. Someone who's sensible about how they spend their money, but yet can be very generous. And definitely generous with their feelings, their love. This is somebody who doesn't hold that back. Look at that. Planning, preparing, hoping for the best. I mean, it could be just talking, communicating, some kind of an agreement between the two of you. Others of you, if this is something that's been going on, it's actually going somewhere. There's movement and momentum. It could have to do with a prenup, or even just, like I say, marriage or commitment here. This is someone looking ahead, you see. They're definitely in their feels. They've gone deep within their feelings, and they've been keeping it all to themselves here. So I like that this is someone who is going through all this before, too. Hopefully before they start this, or this is just the momentum for some, which is fine. Tell me about this Eight of Wands. Yeah, see, the couple that work together, do things together, stay together. This is what the energy is, but it's about what you do together is between the two of you. And this is what I feel there's going to be an agreement. Because I do see people talking, getting involved, gossip. See, it's an energy of someone here who's private. I feel we have two people who are private. You keep what happens between you to yourselves. And being able to, and whether or not and it's all about being able to communicate. I feel this is someone manifesting this. Either manifesting you, or you, if you're the feminine, you may have manifested this as well. Like it's coming in here. And now we have, now we have the Queen of Wands energy. You're manifesting these energies. This is the masculine, feminine energy. We have an Empress energy, the start of something new. So it's the things you have in common, acknowledging what you both bring to the table, the skills. See, working together as a team, building each other up, getting to know each other by spending time. And I feel one of the messages is spending time together to make sure you are compatible before you start looking ahead and thinking, oh, I'm going to marry this person, because it takes time to get to know someone. So I feel we got two people who are pretty in alignment here. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands energy. This is someone who generally knows what they want. Often someone who's spontaneous and moves faster. Now we have the King and Queen of Wands. So it all depends who you're dealing with, what it is you want, your type. Everybody likes a different type. So maybe even looking back, reflecting maybe even on the past here about the type of people you dated, the ones you liked the most, the ones you didn't, trying to find that balance here. There's always that reflection on the past. Tell me more about this Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is little Aquarius, someone releasing things that no longer serve. But this is somebody, their hopes and dreams. Someone has hope. Yeah, see, it's two people. It's all about whether it's mutual. I gotta tell you, some of you, and I do see mutual friends too, and I feel like you're all on the same page, live several lifestyles, and that's what I feel part of this is. It's about fitting in with friends and family. Another thing on a checklist that's sometimes really important to people, and I do kind of feel like it's important to this person, because I do see this like, loyal, faithful friends, family, one big happy family kind of energy. So nice, yeah. But I like I say, it's the things you have in common. It's about spending time doing things together, getting to know each other. And I feel there's a lot of hope here, that the feelings are mutual. I feel it's a lot. This person may have Aquarius in their chart or Gemini, but yeah, let's have a look at the star. Yeah, justice, harmony. See, there it is, the harmony and the balance. Whether someone's right. See, it takes time. You have to spend time with someone, do things together to see if you're in alignment, if there's harmony. But this is actually someone's hopes for marriage, commitment, a large family, whatever it may be. It could be the opposite. Like I say, it's all about, I really am seeing that checklist the more I go through this. Yeah, being able to see eye to eye, or able to agree to disagree and still stay in alignment. But it's all about what goes on between the two of you stays between the two of you. That's what I feel. This is one of this person's biggest things on their list, I feel. Privacy between two people. What you do is your own, right? That's what I feel. Yeah, I do see the spark, the attraction. This is where people are checking each other out. Look at that. See, there's an attraction, a physical attraction. The spark, a passionate new beginning. Tell me more about the Ten of Cups and we'll wrap this up. Yeah, it has to do with someone taking the lead, the masculine taking the lead. A little bit of old school rules. See, some of you want someone a little more progressive. Okay, some of you are somebody who wants a little more old school rules. I feel with this energy, the person coming your way is a little more old school, at least in some ways, but yet they have an open mind about things. I feel they're a good communicator. I feel they're intelligent, but I do feel a lot of structure, a lot of self-discipline. They're looking for someone who has self-discipline. And this is someone who likes some structure and balance in their life. So they're not somebody who just lives in the moment, especially financially, things like that, right? I really think this is an interesting read. Let's have a look at the Chariot. This is person determined to succeed. See, they're determined. Yeah, strong mind, strong willpower, very confident. There it is, an Emperor. See, this is someone manifesting this, and they're going through all these things, their checklist, how they feel, what's important to them. And I feel that probably with both people. Let's focus more and see if the cards come out. See, it's an energy of looking at things from a different perspective, being able to agree to disagree and still be in harmony. That's what I feel. There's something about that. Because, you know, sometimes couples don't agree about political beliefs, religion, and you just can't get on the same page. So it creates the opposite of harmony is what I feel, you know, people who then all of a sudden don't get along. So I feel that's why it's important, this person, and I feel both people here, to spend time together. It's the only way. Yeah, but there's definitely this energy of two people checking each other out, looking at each other, being a little aloof. And that aloof is just an energy of people who are just kind of in their heads thinking, trying to stay balanced. So I feel like you're in a line with this person in some way. And I do feel like you're both private. You both keep to yourself. I feel like you're, you know, it's what two people do together stays between the two of you. And I do actually feel like some of you are going to, this could lead to a commitment. But like I say, just keeping things to yourself, not involving other people. Okay, I feel that's really important to this person. There may have been some issues with that in the past. It's all the things that we learned, right? Lessons learned, Hierophant energy. It's interesting. We have the High Priestess, the High Priest, and all the energies here. Yeah, it's what goes on between two people stays between two people. You know, having faith in each other. Okay. So there's definitely this energy of two people checking each other out. See, having a conversation. I've been seeing a lot of this, having a private conversation and talking about it and keeping it to yourselves. So, I mean, that's a natural course with people who are dating. But I really just feel like this person's still in their head. Yeah, now we have the Queen of Cups. See, it's an energy of someone's waiting to receive. The Empress is waiting to receive. So see, lessons learned, a feminine who's learned the lessons, to just be still. Focus on, keep your life in balance, focus on your home, your money, career, creative pursuits. Yeah, and let this person take the lead. It's about letting somebody explore this connection, letting them discover you, the mysteries of the Empress, and the mysteries of the Emperor, spending time discovering. And it's about staying in that energy for a while until you can both feel confident. Because both, to be in alignment, you both have to feel confident about your feelings. This is such a nice energy. Yep, there's the cup, receiving the cup. Some of you are about to receive. See, this person's thinking, planning. This is, like I say, this is sometimes a person who, outwardly, they're not the most emotional person, so they'll often give you a gift to show you they like you, and that's how this is probably going to start. So, but you're about to receive offers, opportunities, but it's saying to, I mean, if you're dealing with someone who's more progressive, they don't mind if the feminine takes the lead. But if you're dealing with somebody who's old school, this is something that you might want to know. You know, let them take the lead. So I feel there's something about that. I mean, some people don't care either way, you know, and I like I say, it may not even be of importance here, but it's here just the same. But this Emperor is somebody who's looking forward. You see, they have all the tools, the information. This is someone who's feeling confident. Someone's checking their boxes. And I also feel that with the feminine energy. The only things I'm not seeing is the Queen of Swords yet, which is fine. It's here. But that may be the thing, being more discerning, asking questions. Don't be afraid to speak up and speak your mind. And I'm going to say it because it hasn't showed up. Yeah, look at that. See, two people wanting to get something going. See, look at that. Happiness, and see, high vibrational energy. Making each other happy by giving each other what you want. So I feel like this person's going to reach out. Something here, you're going to, the feminine, you're about to receive. It's going to make you happy. But also look at whether this is right for you. Can you make this person happy? Because they want something out of this too. Because sometimes people are very good at giving and they're not very good at receiving, and vice versa. And it isn't always because people are cheap. Sometimes they just don't think about it. They don't think of things in those terms. So that's why I feel there's this need for a lot of balance here. So I'm going to pull out one outcome card. Wow, this is crazy energy. Yeah, it all has to do with two people coming together, being completely open, honest, with honorable intentions. See, if you feel somebody isn't honorable, their intentions aren't honorable, you feel something is off with the high priestess energy, then you know, okay? And don't be afraid to try someone who's different than your type, because that's what I kind of feel this person's doing. You may be a little different, but you know, and it could go the other way. Yeah, this is someone here definitely coming out of a period here where, you know, maybe a little confusion, but someone's feelings are really starting to flow. So I feel they want to spend time with you, kind of go with the flow, and get to know each other, because this is about discovering. See, everything being very clear about what it is you both want. Yeah, look at that purification. See, clearing things out, whatever it may be. But I feel like it's just saying it's about honesty, integrity. Yeah, see, it's an energy of things just going with the flow until you get to know each other. And we also have to realize too, everything isn't always perfect. Nobody's perfect all the time. You have to look at your level of tolerance, but look at that. You've definitely got a new beginning. Some of you are, I mean, it could be this person or yourself or both of you coming out of a dark period in your life where there's been some sadness, lack of reciprocity in relationships due to some of these factors. People who don't have faith in each other. They don't keep things to themselves and talk things through. Always involving other people, because I feel someone has an issue with that, involving other people before they even talk to their partner. But this is what I'm seeing as partnering up in stability. Two people making each other feel safe. Okay, being there for each other through thick and thin, keeping everything in balance. I mean, true partnerships doesn't mean one person. Sometimes one person has to give a little more than the other, but it eventually balances itself out. So this is the start of something new. Some of you have something new coming in. It's telling you to prepare with temperance, okay? Check your boxes, make a list, okay? Be honest with yourself, the person that you're connecting to, and we'll see you soon.